report. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Next, we have corporate bills. Trustee House.
Thank you very much. I will read the first one on the list, which is electronic warrants list for September 30th, 2022. That has corporate payments of $85,527.91. Water fund register payments, $351,037.30. Sewer fund register, $1,049.28. Melanie Fitness Center register of $162.86. Total corporate payments for the September 30th electronic warrant list, $437,777.35. I motion that we approve this payment list.
All right. You want to go through each one?
I would like to do them separately, please, Mayor.
Right. I'm saying you want to explain each one and then do the motions?
No, I want to do September, then we'll move to October after the
All
vote
right.
has been taken.
Is there a motion to approve the electronic warrant list for September 30th of 2022?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a second?
Belcher.
Who second?
Belcher.
All right. Any discussion? All right. Cholera.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
And Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next on the agenda is corporate bills for the AP warrant list from October 3rd of 2022. And just for the record, residents, this is the warrant list that did not get paid for the month of October. We did not pay one bill due to the fact the Board of Trustees did not want to approve any bills. So that means your light, your gas, your water, your insurance, everything was at a halt. So I'm hoping and I'm asking the Board of Trustees to please pay the bills so we can move forward with the operations of this village. Trustee House.
Okay, just as a point of clarity, the board called a special board meeting in an attempt to pass that list as well, but it was taken into court by the mayor's office, and the court ordered that no bills be paid. So the board made every effort to pay the bills for that month. Having said that, the October 3rd warrant list, corporate payments, $2,134,239.19. Manual AP checks, $56,192.58. Gross payroll, September 9th, $383,180.64. Gross payroll, September 23rd, $409,602.92. Melanie Fitness Center register, $45,888.95. Gross payroll, September 9th, $428.05. Gross payroll for September 23rd at the Melanie Fitness, $428.05. Total corporate payments on this list, $3,029,960.38. My motion is to pay this list, removing the following items. On page 1 of the list, affordable party planners, $4,150. Page 8, Farley Williams, $3,000. Page 8, Fioretti Campbell Law, $32,924.70. 5-star on page 9, $398,400 even. Gapska Roofing on page 9, $48,000. Hammond Fence, $19,602.75 on page 10. JKCS, $15,000 on page 11. JMA Architects, $9,610 on page 11. Johnny Jefferson, $8,333.33, page 12. K&M Ventures, $46,000, page 12. Karen Gordon, $800, page 12. Quick Rink Synthetic Ice, $105,444 even on page 12. Laurel's Four Season, $10,620 on page 12. MBD Solutions, $59,300 on page 14. Michael G. Earhart, $1,350, page 15. Michael J. Casper, $19,280, page 15. Oak Construction, $46,500, page 16. Positive Minds, $2,500, page 17. Raoul and Sons Landscaping, $38,775, page 18. Rogers Roofing, $64,214.67, page 18. Santee Shannon, $3,500 on page 19. White Coal Pool Solutions, $44,192.50, page 21. And all manual checks written on the warrant list. A motion is to approve the bills, removing the items listed.
All right, is there a second? Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, may I be recognized?
Okay, and then I'm after you. Go ahead.
What I don't understand is if people are doing the work, why they can't get paid? You all had a DJ, and he wanted to get paid. I was willing to pay him $450 out of my pocket. But if people are doing the work and they're doing the work for the community, I don't understand why they can't get paid. Why you're separating stuff? This is another example why we can't move this village along. If we have the funds there to pay the people when they do the work, it's just like somebody coming in your home. They come in your home, do the work, they're expecting you to pay them. They have families too. We need to think about that. You can't keep staying in the hole. We're trying to build this village together. It's first say you want to come together, you want to work together. And I say it over and over again, there's an office downstairs. There's rooms here. You can hash out what you got to hash out there, but when you hire somebody to do this work, them people are expected to get paid. They got to feed their family too.
May I be recognized?
Well, if I can ask, was that rhetorical or was that question for me?
One second. He made his statement, so let me make mine. So, just to clear this up so the residents and everybody know what's going on, basically, this Board of Trustees have put the village in financial despair. They put us in court several different times. If anyone's not following, they cost us over $600,000 for a recall for this attorney to get paid off of. Now, all the things they said before this, such as Trustee Norwood about let's work together, let's do this, let's do that. All they have to ever do, and I tell them this over and over, is call my phone. I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to work with a board that's willing to work with me. What's a shame is why we ended up in court. We ended up in court when it came to this October, let me get the date. This October warrant list, October 3rd, 2022 warrant list, when Trustee Jason House and this clerk right here, Clerk Key, have went to the bank to remove me off the bank account. Let me tell you how deep this gets. Trustee Keys and your attorney, that attorney right there, well, clerk, okay, Clerk Key, and that attorney right there goes into the bank to remove me, your mayor, off the bank account. So y'all should ask yourself, why are they going through so many great lengths to remove me when the law states the mayor and the clerk is the ones on the bank account to put Trustee House on the bank account. This way y'all need to open your eyes at so you can understand what is truly going on. It's a money grab, a power grab for the village of Dolton. They keep talking about deficit, but you keep trying to pay this attorney. I motioned for court because I tried to stop them from paying that attorney right here, that $600,000. So when we went to court, the judge stopped everything. She didn't want to hear anything. She said she's gonna wait to do the hearing, and she stopped every payment possible and said she was only going to allow us to do payroll, which is to pay people that work for the village of Dolton. But unfortunately, what people don't understand is that people that do have a business, they work for the village of Dolton, and that is how they pay people in order to basically pay their bills. So they might be on a warrant list and they might say a company. But then this Board of Trustees attacks every single person. And it's a shame that they're doing that, because the things that Trustee House just removed from the warrant list is the things that I created for you. So because we're moving so rapidly and we're taking care of the business and you guys are actually happy about the things that's going on in the village, it's not paid with taxpayer dollars, it's paid with grant money, such as your windows, your roofs, your things you're getting done in the village you never ever saw in the history of Dolton for any mayor. So now that I'm shaking and I'm moving this village forward, they have a problem with it and they want to take the payments from those that's actually helping us. The names that he named on this have been still moving, even though they haven't received a dime from this village for a whole entire month. They have continued to work and build out, whether it's doing somebody's roof, doing somebody's window, but they're not gonna keep working without being paid. So this is nothing but try to tie my hands because I won't pay this man right here for their recall. I'm not gonna pay it. I sued each and every last one of these board members, including the clerk, so they can understand that they are not gonna wasteful spend your money to make sure they pay the $600,000 back for the false recall that did not work. So when you hear about all these things, ask questions, because people put out poison, lies, and always remember when the hate don't work, they start telling lies. Because they need someone to believe their foolery. Because all we had to do is work together from day one. Day one, I ran with these individuals. Day one, I put Jason and Kiana on my ticket as trustees, not knowing that they was backstabbing me in the beginning just to sit here and do a paragraph to do a recall. And when you're gonna recall somebody, recall yourselves. Put it up for everybody when you make laws. Don't make it good for one and it ain't good for you. And that's what I didn't understand why they did it. Now I see. Now, Trustee House, I'm asking you to add those bills back in because these people, meaning these contractors, these moms and dads, that lady that cleans up the police station, that does all the blood removal and everything, she's a Mexican lady. She ain't got no ties to politics. Won't y'all put her stuff back in there? Because she was in my office crying about she ain't got her check and several other people were. So you guys need to stop wanting so much control and help the people. If you truly stand for what you ran for, which is to serve the people, then serve the people. They have earned the check. They've earned the right to get their money. Y'all got upset when y'all didn't get paid, right? So give them their money. All I'm asking you to do is do what's right. The money is coming from a grant, especially with the ice arena right here on 144th and Greenwood. You guys know that I ordered the ice, and this board, once again, here we go. It's in here, and you just took it out once again to buy the ice so that we can have a festival holiday for Thanksgiving. That's it. You don't want kids to ice skate? Like, come on. Y'all got to at least have a heart. I know it's election time and everybody want to throw blows and go back and forth, but I think y'all need to have a heart and actually do what's right and put the money back in there so people can live their lives. They waited 30 days to get paid, and now you're going to make them suffer another 30 days? The holidays is coming up. They got bills to pay. So I wish you guys will stop what you're doing, go reevaluate, I'll wait, meaning today, and you guys put the items back in there for a vote because the people need their money. Go ahead, trustee.
My brief comment, just clearing up. Our attorney's bills are not $600,000. Our attorney's bills have reached approximately between $200,000 to $250,000. Just in point of clarity, my report earlier, deficit $2.9 million. It's not numbers I made up. There's not, if it's grant money, then the grant will go specifically to those expenses, and all the grant money also goes into the same account. So, but my concern again is the village deficit. So as we talk about it, and I'm equally willing to sit down and have a conversation at a finance committee meeting to have a similar discussion at last week. And we were, and the committee showed up and there was no participation from the other side. So my concern, just to state it clearly, is the deficit that's coming, is the deficit for the village of Dolton. And yes, we do need to work together to come up with a plan that is affordable for the residents of the village of Dolton and a plan that's something that we can collectively move forward. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Trustee House, please stop. You keep talking about a deficit, but yet you turned in all these bills for all these people, but you're talking about a deficit. But you keep saying you want to pay all your friends all this money, but yet you don't want to pay the people that truly did the work, but you want to pay your friends. Please stop with the lies. Pay the people what's due and what's owed to them. That's all I keep asking you. Stop sitting here holding them hostage because you're infighting with myself and the board as a whole. Please stop. All I'm asking you to do is make it right and approve all the bills. That's all I'm asking. And then let me give you an example. You went so fast with reading them, I'm gonna need you to back up or give us a list of the items that you want removed. You removed somebody that just did a work, which was paid with MFT funds, again, not even money from the village. What was it? For the concrete work that was due to the police department. The police department just got a whole entire parking lot and it cost the $300,000. So if you guys will ask questions, you keep saying go to the committee meeting. We don't have to come to a committee meeting. All you have to do is pick up the phone if y'all have questions. Why do we have to get here to go back and forth? If y'all had questions, I know for a fact, because I was told my village administrator to reach out to you guys and ask any questions before we got here. Y'all talk about people running to y'all and tell y'all to stop doing all this bickering back and forth, but yet no one calls with the questions. But when we get here, we grandstand, we put on the show, we say, I got questions, I'm gonna do it at the finance meeting. Your finance meeting at the end of the month, so they gotta wait another 30 days to basically get paid. You could have asked these questions because this was all the way in October. All the way in October, y'all had the opportunity to ask questions, right? Here we are, and we got 2 warrant lists on here. So are you telling me today that the people not gonna continue to get their roofs and windows done before the weather break, trustee?
Well, my motion stands, so if the board would like to make amendments, they are free to do so.
I'm asking you, are you not going to allow the seniors and veterans that's on hold right now to get their windows and roof completed before the weather breaks, trustee? Because these vendors pay for shingles, pay for tarps, pay for windows, already ordered because they knew they was getting paid. So are you telling me you're not gonna put that or amend that back into this?
Mayor, the motion stands.
Y'all remember that.
May I be
So
recognized?
Jason House don't care. Hold on, trustee. Do not care that you guys are completed, that you guys get what's owed to you because we already started the process. And residents, please stand up. Please say something. Please get to that podium and you let them know how you feel. Because you tell me all the time, but now y'all tell them. Because I've asked, I plead, and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. It's like they want us to just be at gridlock. They don't want nothing to move. And I get it. You want your attorney paid. And I keep telling you, guys should pay him for that wasteful spending that you guys created going back and forth to court. That's what you guys should do. But pay the people their money because they actually doing the services for the residents. All those trees that y'all just got cut down, all that concrete y'all just got poured came from all the vendors he just took out of the warrant list. So what are you upset about, trustee? He can't give no answer. He want to keep saying it stands. Why? Just tell them why you do not want to approve them vendors when they got the services done, trustee.
Mayor, I have, just to restate, I have 2.9 million reasons. That's my reason. Thank you, Mayor.
Trustee, that's not a valid reason. If I'm telling you and you know for a fact it's coming from grant money, how does that have anything to do with what you claiming, which is false, but what you're claiming? How? You still can pay for these people's items. And you still sitting there not wanting to pay for their items. And this is the main reason why I try to explain to everybody why government is divided. You have the legislative branch and you have the executive branch, which is myself. So when you sit here and try to give the legislative branch power, this is what they do. They nickel and dime and try to muscle the mayor into doing things for their friends and their cronies. I would never do that. So all I'm asking you today, again, and I know you're not gonna do it, and I'm gonna put it on the record. It's for the record, Clerk Key. Make sure you take care of the residents, because right now you're not. You guys only do things that benefit you guys. Any ordinance, any laws y'all make up, it's to benefit you at the taxpayer's expense. You're not talking about a deficit when you're spending their money for your benefit, but why won't you talk about the money, why it's spending for their benefit, such as the grant money, which we have. We have $3 million. We got 1.5 million the first time, and now we got another 1.5 million. So we have money to do what you're saying we cannot do, trustee.
May I be recognized?
No comment, trustee.
May I be recognized?
You just not gonna pay for nobody's stuff. His
Mayor,
time coming. His time coming.
There are 5 other trustees. They are free to vote how they feel.
I understand it's 5 other trustees, but I'm asking you. By you being a senior trustee, I'm asking you. And I think you should do what's right. You was on my ticket. We ran for this dream team. We ran on the vision of helping the people. And I need you to step up right now and help these people, Jay.
I understand the desires to continue a back and forth. I'm just not going to entertain it.
This isn't about back and forth. This is about helping the people. Put their items back in the motion. Amend the motion and pay for their items so we can continue with their roofs and their windows and the rink over here, the ice rink that we're building now. Put that back in there. And any other trustee can amend that as well that's sitting up here. So y'all let me know if anybody gonna amend it, because we gonna be right here until we fix this. Go ahead, trustee.
May I be recognized? Thank you.
Go ahead.
My mic on? There's a level of transparency that has to happen. When she was trustee, she used to say, can we get an RFP? Can we get some clarity on the vendors you're using? None of these vendors have come before the board. No RFP, nothing. $2.8 million in deficit right now. That's already here. And what we're doing is asking questions. If we spend money like this, it's reckless. Reckless. Since she said we want to pay our friends, let me tell you what the judge said. Again, I point out there is no evidence at this point that the board is engaged in any usurping of veto power. They rushed to write checks without giving the mayor the opportunity during this period of time. So they're saying there's no evidence for trying to pay our friends or doing anything illegal. That's what the judge said. If the mayor can pay and spend what she wants, why are we up here then? There's no transparency. Then we get it on the warrant list. As far as the DJ Greg, we paid him. That was our DJ. There was people out of my MS walk that still haven't got paid to this day. That's the reality. She won't pay it. And because she feels it's against her, whatever it was for us, we're not paying no friends. We don't have the power to pay no friends. We're just paying their attorneys for the services that's rendered. She paid her attorney. She paid Fair Ready to Casper. These people who did stuff for her, our attorneys entitled to get paid for doing work, period. So there's no, but on the other hand, there's a whole lot of allegations of the mayor, wrongful expenditures, issuing checks by the mayor without board approval. You have a board to approve bills. The mayor is not supposed to pay anything that the board hasn't approved. That's where we're up here. And if we're already $2.8 million in a deficit, and we're only 4 or 5 months in, 5 months in, we're $2.8 million. This time of the month in politics or in government, you get lean in these time of the months because property taxes are slow to come in. You don't get your big bulk of your property taxes till January, February. Wintertime, you get slim and you don't do no big expenditures because you got water main breaks coming up in the wintertime. You got to have a rainy day fund. These are things that we got to be prepared for. But this mayor is spending without no board approval. What's the expenditures of an ice skating rink? What's it going to cost to maintain it? We know none of that. None of that. And then we get up here and just ask questions. We're berated like we don't want to help the people. You voted for us to watch the taxpayers' money. And we're telling you, we're not making it up. You had the finance committee meeting. The department heads didn't even come to answer the question. These could have been answered at the finance committee meeting. That's why you have finance committee meetings. You have department heads come, you ask questions. Before, department heads were always mandatory to attend the trustees committee meetings. They don't come to our committee meetings at all. When we had the committee meeting, if the administration would have been there, we could have asked these questions there, but they don't come. So we have to ask it here because we're not getting it. That's the reality. So the court voted. We did not do anything wrong. We ain't trying to pay no friends. We ain't trying to do no, we trying to get, like Trustee Holmes said, people who did the work paid. Or like I said, my MSWAP, people still didn't get paid to this day. It won't, and we send it in, it won't get on the warrant list. So we're not, we can always grandstand, and none of us want to go back and forth. But if we sit here and be quiet when we see the taxpayers' money being blown, ran through, like a kid in a candy shop, we have to say something. We're neglecting ourselves and your taxpayers' money if we don't say something. So I know we're gonna say, well, we want to help the people. Don't you want to help them? But you never ask the grant money. We don't even what grant money we got in, what donations we got in. We just said we got donations for the basketball court. We don't get that was all on the warrant list for us to pay for the taxpayers' money. I'm not making this stuff up. So moving forward, we have to be responsible for the money because Jason House, Trustee House said already $2.8 million in a deficit already, only 4 or 5 months in, and we're going into the winter months with water main breaks and reckless spending. We can't maintain at this level right now. That's where it's at. And I'm not here. It's not me grandstanding. This is just the reality. And when you hear from the other side about we trying to do this, we trying to do that, and you say that's all sound good, but it's not based on 100% truth. It's not. Thank you.
Okay, let's clear a couple things up that you just lied to the people as always about. One, Casper, which is one of my attorneys, have never been paid. And y'all can fool you anything I'm saying. Delgado, my attorney right here, haven't been paid since February? About February. But he still comes to the meetings. He still be our attorney for the village and protects the village, take on the lawsuits and take care of the business. My staff is not here for the infighting, the drama, the political retaliation, none of that. So when y'all invite them to a meeting, y'all make sure they're equipped with what they need when it comes to a meeting. They're not coming there to get bamboozled and say, got you. What about this? What about that? Make sure they're prepared so when you ask your question, they have the answer. But you guys do it for a show. They have families. So they are not, how can I say this? I don't make them come to your meetings until you give them what you need. You give them what they need, then they can come to your meetings. We have no issues with that. If y'all have questions, y'all can call them prior to, and they will get answered. Half of them answer every single question that you guys ask of them. As relates to the ARPA funds, which is the grant money, I don't know nobody that's gonna come and do a complete tear off of a roof for the amount of $5,000 to $6,000. That's why it's so important to have relationships, which I do have. So when that individual said they would do it and several others agreed, and I think at another board meeting, I announced it when Brian was here, we had 11 contractors. We was reaching out. I posted it. Everybody posted it for contractors to come and join this movement. I've been talking about this since I became mayor when I first initiated the roof and window program. And we only was down to three left that actually is doing over 500 people in the village of Dolton. And then it was $2,000 for the windows. So where can you find somebody that's gonna accept them price points and do the masses of community? Just somebody that wanna see your community grow. So when y'all talking about all this and that, y'all could have mentioned any of this a year ago, 2 years ago, because now it's election time. No one said anything as related to anything that was going on. We was just getting things done, and now today it's a problem. Why is it a problem? Because they don't benefit from it. Matter of fact, Trustee Ed Steve just asked me to do his roof. So if I'm not including y'all, then it's a whole problem. So I just want y'all to understand that's what it's made up. I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. Trust me, I didn't make that up. So if it's not beneficial to them, then it cannot go for you. So that is my issue when it comes to that. Then ask yourself this. when they talk about control and America do whatever she want and this, that is not true. Anybody that follows budgets and things of that nature, when we approve a budget, guess what? They approve what it is that I can spend as a mayor. It's already accounted for, and basically I just go off the line item and we spend the money that's allocated for us to spend in Dolton. So that's how we've been doing things in Dolton. When it comes to control, you got to understand, I am your mayor. You voted for me by 82%. So that means you entrusted me with the village to do what's right and make sure that I took care of the business. So if they want to control me, then who control the trustees? Because they can go back and forth. So if 5 of them want to control me, then who controls the board members? So you got to understand how the government branch works. So I'm asking once again for this board of trustees to humble themselves, have some love in your heart for these residents, and give them what's owed to them, what's due to them, what they waited for 8 years. And I know for a fact, because I've gotten emails, I've gotten texts and calls as related to, thank you, Mayor, for cutting my tree down. Thank you, Mayor, for filling my hole. Thank you, Mayor, for doing my street. Thank you, Mayor, for doing my alley. Something never been done in history of Dolton. They've all are grateful for what is going on in this movement. I don't understand how you guys, 5 of you, are sitting here trying to stop progress. Right now, Dolton is on the move, but it's on the move with just myself and Trustee Holmes. He's the only trustee that votes and give what the residents need and desire as it relates to making you whole and doing beautification throughout our community. So I'm asking again, because y'all keep talking about, hey, let's work together, let's this, let's that. So let's start today. Let's make the residents whole, and let's amend your emotions and put the roof and window program back in there so we can continue to give them what they need.
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Hold on,
Go ahead, trustee.
I gotta clear something now. I asked for a roof. This is what, we want to talk, we want to communicate. She called me at 10:30 one evening, which was, I appreciate the call. We had a good conversation. I asked her about my alley. Both alleys on 142nd side and 144th side has been done. My alley hasn't been done. So I asked her, can I get my alley done? And then I asked for the list of alleys, how you picking the alleys. Remember when she was a trustee, she said, I'm calling myself the tree lady because I want a list of the trees. How you cutting these trees, man? How you cutting these trees? How are you doing these alleys? There's no transparency at all. And so to say I want a roof, come on, that's just crazy. But it's just, I asked for my alley and that's where we're at. But it's not, of course, people are tired of the back and forth argument, but we're asking for the transparency of the taxpayers' money. That's what we elected to do. It's not about control. It's not about the control. If that's the case about the control, the judge wouldn't rule in our favor to keep you off the account. The judge ruled in our favor to keep you off the account and keep Jason House and the clerk on the account because they seen no malfeasance or no wrongful doing on our part. But they chose to keep you off the account because they seen all the wrong spending and the crazy, uncontrolled spending that you're doing. So they seen that. So the judge ruled in our favor on that. That's it.
Okay. All right, so let's clear that up real quick. And let me tell y'all something, because I need y'all to actually go read, and it is a transcript of what happened in court. So you will understand who's telling the truth and who's lying up here. And then my attorney right here, I'll let him chime in on what happened in court. No, the judge did not find me of doing any wrongdoing. Stop it. What the judge said was that she was not hearing the case right now. She left everything the same. Everybody up here that's included had to give their evidence as it relates to the case of the court. She put it out for 150 days before she's going to hear anything related to this situation. But what she did do is tie their hands, because she saw that they was trying to pay their attorney, and she said, guess what? Nothing can go on the warrant list without the mayor's approval. Yes, she left it the same, and yes, the trustee house is a signer on the account with the clerk. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is how y'all allow him to convince y'all to put him on the bank account when he is in trouble or has been in trouble with the feds. So if y'all follow up with everything going on in the community, y'all will understand what's going on. And these are facts. This is stuff, people mess up money all day long. I keep telling y'all, when I say I'm real big on second chances, I'm real big on second chances. But guess what? Some people just don't get caught, but they are in trouble. Some people get caught and then they got to get a life sentence of just, oh, you wrong. But some people, guess what, walking around with the same burden as another person did not get caught. So what I'm saying is, y'all allow this man to go on the bank account. Y'all didn't do any of your research, your homework. Y'all didn't do nothing. But I guess it's good, huh? Because everybody got their hand in the cookie jar. So all I'm saying to you is, all I try to do is protect the residents, speak out, tell y'all what's going on. I've done nothing wrong. I never do anything wrong because I grew here, as I always say. The rest of them flew here. I'm going to always try to increase and make Dolton better and make Dolton proud. Right now, y'all happy with the outcome and the resources that you're getting that you never, ever got before. And I keep telling them that all they had to do is get along with each other, including myself. And all I'm saying is that everybody going to have their day in court. Everybody, including the clerk, because she included herself in it. And the clerk should stay out of the mess because the clerk she's not a vote. But she decided to do all that little finicky stuff with bank accounts. And I just want everybody to know, y'all should watch what you do and protect yourself. Don't just go with the get along game just because y'all see everybody shaking and moving. Pay attention, read, and don't let nobody convince you to do something that might hurt you later. Because later on, when it come out, you'll be like, dang, the mayor was telling the truth. No matter what anybody's saying up here. And then I don't want to never bring nobody else in about the roof that he asked me for, so I'm going to leave that alone. But I don't have to lie when people ask me to do things because they not benefiting from it. All I'm asking is everybody to conclude what y'all think should happen and put back in the motion to do the roofs and the windows. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
May I be recognized?
Go ahead.
Just 2 points of clarity. You just stated, and it was on the transcript, that anything that went on the warrant list had to be approved by you. We did receive an email from our corporate counsel, which is Ansel and Glink, that requested to have their invoices put on the warrant list, and it wasn't put on the warrant list. And also, for clarification, you stated that Delgado hadn't been paid since February, when August 31st, 2022, check number 83440, they were paid $27,842. So they have been paid since February. So I just want to make that clear and for the record, because you are right. They did say, the judge did say it's approved by you. But be fair to everyone, since you're saying people that's doing the work should get paid. There's other people out here that's doing the work should get paid. So you shouldn't pick and choose who you're going to pay. You should pay everybody.
And the attorney just said that was for the February bill. So whatever you're
it says July 2022 legal services. So if it's put in wrong through my viewpoint, then you need to do something about your finance director.
Trustee, your attitude was so stank. But trustee, that was for the February bill. So
what?
Putting that into record, it don't matter.
Please put it into record. It says July 2022 legal services.
Okay, that's fine. So that's what the attorney just said. So thank you. Next. Sure. Anybody else?
Yes. Go ahead, Jay.
If I can be recognized, just Trustee Steve getting the new roof. I got the feds. I would encourage the mayor to put any evidence that she has and post it and circulate it. My background is free and clear for anybody to check. So I feel free to say it, and that will conclude my response to that, and I'll let the mayor go back to her tantrum.
Okay, but okay, 1 second. So Jason, if you're gonna say something, then tell the people what the feds got you for then. Why was they at the healthcare custodian, which you worked at, and you was over the bank account, over right here at the U.S. Bank, and they walked you out, took your computer, seized your stuff. Talk to them then. You want to tell them? Talk to them. Tell the people. Talk to them. They right here.
This your fictional story.
No, it ain't fictional. Ain't nothing fictional about it. Tell them. You say transparency. Do you want to tell them about that?
Hey, y'all want to hear a good story? Keep talking to the mayor.
Right, exactly. He's not gonna tell his stuff, but I know his stuff. So that's that. Go ahead.
I just
Clerk.
have a point of clarity.
Go ahead, Clerk.
Point of clarity. When we were elected in office, myself and the mayor were authorized signers on the bank account. So I didn't just get on the account. I've been on the account since I became the clerk. What the problem is I refuse to sign off on checks that have not been approved by this board, because that is an oath that I took. That was an oath that I agreed to follow the Constitution. And if the ordinances are not being followed correctly, I am not going to move forward and sign a check that has not been approved, because that is what our ordinance state. So I just want to clear that up for the record. I'm not picking a sign aside. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. Well, I wish you would have done your job and made sure that Jason House didn't get on the bank account and try to remove me as mayor. And y'all should ask yourself, residents, how can people go into a bank and remove a mayor from a bank account when I had to jump through all types of loopholes when I actually became a signer on the bank account? So we also have financial as a listed lawsuit for them as well, for allowing them to be able to do this action, which they should not be able to do without even calling myself or anybody from my office to say that they're removing anybody or adding someone onto $1 million bank account. That's crazy. So all I try to do is put the stuff out there, and you guys kind of do with it what you want, but that wasn't right. And they gung-ho on getting control of the village's finances, that they're going to links. The recall didn't work. Now you want to try to remove me from the bank account. So their goal is to really tie my hands and not allow me to operate as a mayor, and so I can bow down to them and ask them things. So I thank God for elections. I keep telling y'all this, and I won't keep on stressing it, but it's election coming up on February 28th of next year. And remember, Ed Steves and Tammy is up. So you will have your time to do a real recall in the village of Dolton by going and casting your vote. So I always stress that, because I want you to know when is your opportunity to remove people that's not doing the will of the people. Unfortunately, you ain't gonna be able to get Trustee House or Trustee Belcher, because they're not up until 2025. But I want to just make you aware of the people and individuals that is up. Any more discussion, since no one wants to amend? Do anybody want to amend it? Let me ask. Anybody want to amend this motion? Go ahead, Trustee.
Yeah, I move to amend this motion. Cold air is cold. And if you ever been homeless sleeping on the outside, these seniors without their roofs and their windows, and it's not being approved to get their roofs and windows done, it's like sleeping on the outside. Think about your grandmother. Think about your little babies inside that house, and that cold air is whipping through there. It's like no roof and no windows. So I would like to amend this, and we can move forward. And on the second note, we cannot keep letting a judge or anybody decide the fate of Dolton. There was an election. I ran, she won. There's no way we can keep looking at each other, brown and black people, and we can't get along. We should be able to get along and move forward. As long as there's no proof of anybody stealing any money, putting this money here, putting this money there. There's grant money, research it and see where the money is coming from. If it's grant money and the taxpayers are not paying for it, and the people are getting what they have to get to build this village up, we should not be stepping backwards, because we had past administration. I'm quite sure they approved paying people without a board there too. So just don't sit here and finger point at one person. If you're going to finger point at yourself. If you're going to finger point, let's finger point and start signing and writing down what we need to be doing to move this village forward. We can't keep going backwards looking like ducks. work together. I mean, this can be the most powerful village here. We got the pieces to the puzzle. One piece to this puzzle can be put in there with us working together. I can't see us moving this village forward with someone's grandmother or someone's children don't have windows, don't have roof, and all of a sudden it's because we're sitting up here and then we don't vote for it to move forward. We got to move this forward. I mean, we looking back and going way back when slavery time, when families didn't even have a roof or a window, sleeping in the grass, sleeping on the outside, trying to get freedom. We look back, Malcolm X, Dr. King, trying to get us to the promised land, trying to get us to freedom. The words of Jesse Jackson and Malcolm X and everybody else. So why we're turning our damn backs now? We shouldn't. We should be moving forward. All this argument and here and there, it's about the village and the people of Dolton. We got elected. Let's move this village forward. Let's help. If we got the help, and I don't care who it is, Mickey Mouse, whoever. If the mayor has a grant and it's here and it's proven to be a good grant and the taxpayers ain't spending one brown penny, let's build these houses. Let's help these people.
Trustee Holmes, are you okay with a $2.8 million deficit right now?
Brother Ed, let me explain something to you. Do your job and be a trustee what you got voted for to help the people. Don't question me because I'm not in the court of law and you not the judge and you ain't my damn lawyer.
But you don't even live out here. You're not even a taxpayer.
If I don't live out here, if I don't live out here, then why am I a trustee?
Stop it.
If I don't live out here, why did you question? Why did you question?
No, she didn't.
Why didn't you question me when I ran? Why did you run with me on the ticket if I wasn't living out here? Why am I an elected official? Why am I an elected official if I don't live out here?
This man,
you need to quit grandstanding. You need to quit grandstanding.
You don't know nothing about it.
You know what? You were scared of the last mayor. You was a yes man there. And you know what? I'm a yes man to what's going on in this village and to pay these people. So do what you have to do. Do what you have to do to be a trustee. So don't question me because I'm not in the court of law with you. Do your job. Just do your job.
Stop going.
Do your job. Do your job.
You don't know nothing about a budget.
Do your
You
job.
can't even read a budget.
Just do your job.
Stop it.
Pass the bills and let these people get paid. Help pass the bill to get these seniors some roof and some windows. That's what you do.
You don't even live out here, man.
That's what you do.
You don't own a home out here.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
You're a renter out here.
That's what you do. I can be a renter, and guess what? And a renter lives out here too.
Okay.
A renter lives out here too. No, we good.
Yeah.
Just pay the people. Let's get this village moving. Stop backstabbing from these people. Don't even go there.
Trustee Holmes, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Is there a second to his motion to amend the motion to pay all the vendors as relates to the October 3rd, 2022 board meeting? Is there a second? So, Trustee Norwood, Steve, nobody want to pay? Nobody want to end or add the senior roofs, windows, Belcher, nobody? Trustees? Nothing? Okay, so y'all remember this when y'all see it?
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
That's a shame.
So residents, when you calling, if you're watching now, I know we be at your house, at your doors. You see what just happened. They are the ones that's holding up your roof and your windows. So it will not get completed this year because they refuse to pay the contractors to complete it. And to the contractors, thank you so much for just still working with us and staying strong. If you do have those windows, please put it in those houses and then we will figure out how to pay you later. But I thank you for staying strong with our village as we move forward.
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Yes.
Let me say this and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't care if I was a homeless person out here laying on the streets and was registered out here as a living person on the street. I'm homeless. And if I register as a homeless person out here in Dolton, guess what? I live out here. If I rent out here in Dolton, I live out here. No matter how I pay my bills out here in Dolton, I live out here. So for you to say that I'm a renter out here just because you in a home, see, don't even go there.
Can we move
However a person lives and how a person rents or pay his bills out here in Dolton, that's how he do and that's how he live. I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Yes. Okay. Thank
You're
you.
done. Thank
And
you.
I totally agree. If you live in the village of Dolton, everyone cannot or do not own a home, but they do rent from Dolton. So that do make you a homeowner. So thank you for the clarity, Trustee Holmes. And Trustee Holmes do live in the village of Dolton. For any of those that's wondering if he do not, he do live here. Please call the roll as relates to paying the bills for the October 3rd, 2022 warrant list, and also the amendments that Trustee House have made. If you couldn't pass, you got a copy of that right now, Trustee House? Can you pass that to the attorney so he'll know which ones you're pulling out?
I'll send it via email.
Okay, so no one has a copy of that, and everybody keeps talking about transparency. We don't have a copy of what he wants to pull out. At least supply the board members with that so we understand what is happening. So again, he removing all those items. If you could just refresh people's memories, unless you want the clerk to read it, can you just refresh their memories to the items that you're going to remove, and then we will call the roll and move forward.
A refresher: affordable party planners, Farley Williams, Pierre Reddy Campbell, 5-star.
The dollar amounts with it, please.
Affordable party plan is $4,150. Farley Williams, $3,000. Fioretti Campbell, $32,924. 5-star, $398,400. Gasker Roofing, $48,000. Hammond Fence, $15,602.75. JKCS, $15,000. JMA Architects, $9,610. Johnny Jefferson, $8,333. KNM Ventures, $46,000. Karen Gordon, $800. Quick Rink Synthetic Ice, $105,444. Laurel's Four Seasons, $10,620. MBD Solutions, $59,300. Michael Earhart, $1,350. Michael J. Casper, $19,280. Oak Construction, $46,500. Positive Minds, $2,500. Raul and Sons, $38,775. Rogers Roofing, $64,214.67. Santee Shannon, $3,500. White Gold Pool Solutions, $44,192.50. And all manual checks that were on that list.
Okay. Please call the roll.
Mayor,
Who motion?
Mayor,
Go ahead.
excuse me. Before we call the motion, I'm just wondering if we can do something, because I know that we do have ARPA money available for the windows and roofs, because that's how we're paying for it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know that there isn't a problem with paying. I don't have a problem with paying or getting the windows and roofs done. I think the main question is how much money is there left, and what's the game plan for the remaining people who have the roof and windows. It's just that right now, I know that I submitted the agenda item several times saying, hey, can we have an ARPA money discussion so that we know how much we have left, so that we do know the plan for it. I think for me, it's a matter of, when I look at this warrant list, I know that we are doing windows and I know that we are doing roofs, but I know at one moment you originally said that it was going to be $2,500. Then I remember on the warrant list, we seen something that said $12,000 for a roof. Then I know that you said you corrected it and you made it $6,000. So if we can, in regards to the ARPA money for the windows and roofs, I want to revisit it. I'm just wondering if you can submit and it's public information, I'm sure, in regards to how much money we have left, the plan for the windows and roofs. How many people do we have left in regards to the completions? How much money do we have left? And can other residents still get the money? Will we have money left after that? If you could just put that like on a website or something for the windows and roof in regards to how much ARPA money is left. If we're going to do RFPs, I guess that's a big question too. Normally, we do RFPs, so we know who the vendors are, how we're choosing the vendors. They normally come in front of the board, and then we make a decision as a board to move forward with these vendors. So maybe if you do provide the information for the RFPs on the website, and again, you don't have to give it to us at this point because it's always a matter of if we're receiving the information or not. So since it's all public information, if you could just put it on the website for us, how much would the ice skating rink cost in total? I guess that's a major concern because I know at one point last month I seen 104,000, then 104,000 plus an additional 19,000, and then on this warrant list we see more money for the ice skating rink, and then we know there'll be a cost for maintenance. So for me, it's always a question of what's the plan with this money. We keep seeing it on the list, and I know we're saying we have donations and grants. Can we put that information on the website? Make it available for the people. That way, it's no longer about us as a board. Let the residents know this is their tax money, and we could just put this all on the website so it can be transparent for everyone. And then we can go ahead and revisit this windows and roof thing. I know we have an upcoming meeting. We can even have a special meeting for it. But if we can get that information, I'm okay with trying to consider these things. But how much will the skating rink cost is a big question, and how much will the maintenance for the ice skating rink, and who will be paying for it if we're receiving donations? How much in donations are we receiving? What will be the total? How much are we paying? If you could just get that information for me, that'll be great.
Okay. So my question to you will be, we have the information now for you. So we give you the information now. Would you vote to get the people's windows and roofs done? Because right now those vendors are on standby. Those contractors.
Well, normally you present the RFPs to the board, and then you present the vendors to us before you even go ahead and choose the vendors.
Okay.
But at this point, you could just send them put it on the website, because I know you always say we have it, and then I'm gonna send it to you. We'll send it after the meeting, and then I vote on it. Then after the meeting, I may not receive it. If you could just put it on the website, that way we all will be clear as a people together, then we can just move forward. It won't be a discussion. It won't be a matter of where the money is going, where it's coming from. Again, my main concern is if we're seeing all these dollars amount, 120,000 on the last one, $20,000 on this one. The question is, how much would it cost in total? How much would it cost us as a people? What's the plan for it? I know we see concrete needs to be put down for the pavement, or I know you said there's certain things for this ice skating rink, which seemed like it totaled a lot. What's the main total is all I want to know. The main total, where the money is coming from. If you can provide us for the RFPs for the windows and roofs, you can get that on our website tonight. We can revisit it as a board tomorrow. I know it's a thing called consensus vote that we can do via email. Put it on the website tonight. Put it on the website when you can, and we'll all revisit it as a board. That's my thought.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Mayor.
trying to educate you on how it really goes, right?
I know you got all education.
No, but let me tell you though. You asked, I never want my response. So let me respond to what you're stating. So as it relates to RFP, for those that don't know, it's not over $20,000. When it's under $20,000, you do not need a RFP. The amount is only $5,000. That's it. That means anybody can bid, come in, talk to us, and we put them out as a vendor. Long as you qualify and you got all your stuff, your requirements here at the village. We've asked people, we asked vendors. I announced it in my mayor's report, and I'm still looking for contractors to do anything in the village of Dolton. It was open to anybody. So that answers that question. As it relates to, basically, you're really asking me for a budget. We have a budget, but no one asks us anything until we get here. They act as though we're hiding things. In a way that the trustees know we have a budget, we put it in my viewpoint. My viewpoint is something that I made sure we had accessible to the entire body that I created as mayor, because I wanted transparency. So all they have to do is go into their device, and it'll tell them every single dollar we spend, where it goes, and what is left. It tells you under my viewpoint. And then you can also refer to the finance director. She can also school you guys to what's what, how it works. I also offer training to everybody up here when I came in, and they all took the class to learn how to use my viewpoint. My viewpoint tells you top to bottom what we're doing, how we spending, and where the money's going. So all I'm saying to everybody, and that's why I asked. I know you saying put it up on the website, have a special meeting.
Yeah.
All I'm asking is, can we get past this now to pay the vendors so that they can get their windows and their roof done this week while it's going to be nice weather? I don't want to have to come back for another meeting and they can continue processing already claims that they have from the residents. So that's why I'm asking for your vote, your support, Trustee Norwood, so we can get those vendors paid as it relates to the roof and the windows. Are you willing to amend that what Trustee Holmes stated?
Okay, Mayor. I'm just going to say just one last time. If you could put the information on the website so I won't have to say that you didn't send it to me for whatever reason. The same budget that you're referring to, that information too in regards to ice skating. Just put it out for the people on the website. We can revisit this again and be as consistent tomorrow. This is not something that has to wait for another board meeting to get approved for the windows and roofs. If you could put the information on the website, everybody in Dolton can see it tonight or tomorrow, and then they'll know exactly what we're looking at, exactly what we're left to decide upon, and then we can just move forward. So that's how I don't really want to go back and forth. I just want to.
It's not a back and forth. All I was asking you was for your vote.
Yeah, can we just put it on the website?
I am gonna put it on the website.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
But I'm asking you for your vote so that we can pay the vendors so they can continue the process. If we wait, you already know, like I know, the board members are not going to respond. So it sounds good what you're saying, but no one's going to respond. And then you don't have the votes to move forward. Then what do we do? That's why I'm asking you here today. If you can second the motion, we could call the roll and then we will know where our votes lie.
Put it on the website, and if the other board don't respond, then we can go from there.
I quit. All right, moving on. As you can see, nobody wants to do anything. I am not going to get any response from anybody else because they don't want to move forward. I was asking Trustee Norwood to basically second the motion, then you will see what the votes lie on the board as it relates to moving forward. Me putting an email out, a text out, anything like that, they're not going to respond. They're not going to move forward as it relates to getting this done. So we at a standstill, residents. So as you can see, again, I say this and I say this again, elections after February 28th. Remember that. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Need the motion in the second first.
That was earlier.
Who motioned?
You didn't write it down the first time when they motioned?
You guys have gone through so much discussion. Can you please tell me who motioned?
Well, y'all can re-motion it. I know that Trustee House and was it you?
No, that was for September. We're on October the 3rd.
See, so everybody.
You did them.
Nobody
separately.
doing their job.
You did them. I'm doing my job right now. Just let me do it.
I don't keep up with what people say.
I'm keeping up with it. I'm telling you.
Okay, so in the beginning of all this, someone motion, someone second.
They motioned second for letter A for September 30th. Trustee House said he wanted to do them separately.
Okay, so, then we was on B.
So
we
now we're on
October
B.
3rd.
We never even got to a motion because you guys have been talking for 30 minutes.
We did, Clerk. We did.
Who motioned and who second so we can move
forward?
Clerk
Key, I motioned.
House, you motion first? You
yes,
motion?
ma'am.
Who second? Okay, Trustee House.
Yeah, for clarity,
exactly.
my motion was with
right.
items.
But if you could, just for clarity, please just revisit the tape or the recording so that we got it. So we got it accurate in the minutes.
I will do that.
All right. Go ahead.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Steve. Aye. Trustee Holmes.
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
All right.
Motion fails.
So residents, you get nothing because the board voted it down. All right, next, can I have a motion for AP warrant list for November 7, 2022? And just for the record, guys, this is the warrant list for this month. They just voted and we did all that back and forth for the October bills. Now we on a new set of bills, which also includes, guess what? the windows and roofs. So let's see where they take us. All right. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Who motion? Who was that?
I motion.
Trustee Holmes motion. Is there a second? Is there a second to pay the bills?
I have a separate motion, Mayor.
Do you not want to second his motion to pay the bills?
No, I do not.
So what? You want to take out everybody again?
I have a separate motion, Mayor.
Anybody want to second Trustee Holmes' motion to pay the bills? Nobody want a motion to pay the bills? All right, again, y'all seeing it with y'all own two eyes. Nobody want to pay the bills. They got their own hidden agenda, as you can see. Everybody in cahoots together. Hold on, trustee. Hold on, trustee. Everybody in cahoots together, and everybody got a plan on what they're gonna take out and what you're not gonna get, residents. All right, go ahead. For lack of a second, your motion dies, Trustee Holmes. So here we go. Trustee House, what you got a motion?
Okay. Nope.
No?
November 7th warrant list, corporate payments, $2,267,791.62. Manual AP checks, $30,000. Gross payroll, October 7th, $396,363.42. Gross payroll, October 21st, $446,521.66. Melanie Fitness Center register payments, $1,244.32. Payroll Melanie Fitness, October 7th, $428.05. Payroll Melanie Fitness, October 21st, $428.05. Total payments on this register, $3,142,777.12. Motion is to pay this, removing the following items. Affordable Party Planners, $2,600, page 1. Apostolic Independent Contractors, $5,133.34, page 2. Country Lane Gazebos, $90,000, page 7. 5-Star, $319,600, page 11. J&J Newell, $198,710.04, page 13. JKCS, $20,000, page 13. Johnny Jefferson, $13,000, page 13. KNM Ventures, $42,875, page 14. MBD Solutions, $19,500, page 15. Oak Construction, $4,000, page 17. Production Distribution, $73,287.09, page 18. Raoul and Sons, $41,500, page 19. Rent a Christmas, $50,285.19, page 19. Rogers Roofing, $5,300, page 19. My motion is to pay the bills, removing the items as listed, and I will email this document momentarily to all residents. I would imagine there'll be a discussion. It'll be there before the discussion is concluded.
All right, is there a second? All right, it's been motion second. Any discussion? Okay, as always, I'm not gonna be long, but can't get out. I won't be long because you guys just heard from me a few minutes ago. It's the same song and dance. They removed, just so you clear, the trees that's been getting cut down. They removed all those vendors. They removed all the concrete work that's been getting done in the village of Dolton, including the police department, the fire department, public work area. They removed all that. They removed the windows and roof programs that the seniors and veterans was benefiting from. And guess what they just did? They removed the Christmas tree for the kids. How heartless can you possibly be? So I don't have a tree. So anybody watching this, please donate a tree to the village of Dolton so I can light up Greenwood for the babies, okay? Because they just removed the tree. So again, pay attention to what they're doing, and they have no reason to remove any of this because all the things that they just removed was for you, residents, and it came from grant money, MFT funds, things of that nature. So pay attention to what this board is doing. Remember, they'll be at your door soon. Please call the roll. Yep, we're getting a 30-foot tree, and I'm paying with it through a grant. So what's the problem? But again, because y'all didn't do it, y'all take things out. So moving forward, please call the roll.
May I be recognized before we call the roll?
Okay,
I just had a couple questions. I pulled up the invoices through my viewpoint, but I was just wondering, it wasn't really clear. Production distribution photo sale. You what's that? For the production distribution photo sale, item number 01-14-553, $73,287.09.
So I refer that to Finance Director Tanjanique. So if y'all have, and then just for the record, if y'all have questions about anything on the warrant list, because I don't put it together, you guys should reach out to the Finance Director or Janice, and they can answer any questions on there about any items that you may have. So we have Tanjanique. And what's the line item? You want to read that to her again? Or?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
01-14-553.
Okay. And is there any more?
Yeah, I also have a JKCS Communication Services for $20,000. I have a iHeart Media radio broadcast for $29.50. I was just wondering if you know what these things are.
Okay, so Tanjanique, can you help her with those items? And where's Janice? Is Janice not here?
Okay.
Country Lane Gazebo also, guys. I know you're writing the list down, so I'm just to add that. Country Lane Gazebos, the pavilion for $90,000.
Yep.
Line item 45.
I know that one. That one's for the ice rink, and that's for the pavilion that will be placed over the ice arena. So I know that one.
Okay. Ice skating.
But the other ones is day-to-day operation stuff. So anyone can answer. Keith, Tanjanique, where's Janice?
Production distribution is streetlight repairs for residents. So they've made complaints and they've repaired the streetlights.
Say that again. You said street lights?
Streetlights.
Okay. So those are for street lights, you stated.
Yes, streetlights. Okay. New LED streetlights too.
Got you. Okay, that's what I want to know.
Did y'all remove that one?
For resident complaints
Did
that the streets wasn't bright enough.
Hold on 1 minute, Keith. Did y'all remove that one? Did y'all?
Yes, that was on the list.
Are y'all willing to put it back? Now
Well, I got a couple questions. Maybe
I know, I am, but I'm asking so we don't have to go back to it. Are you willing to put that back in house for the street lights or no?
Well, wait, Trustee Norwoods, and then consider.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Like, I know I see that the streetlights, and I have the invoice in front of me. Keith, so you just said those are streetlights. It's just various streetlights throughout the neighborhood.
Yes, streetlight repairs.
Okay. And then she answered the pavilion question for me. She stated that's for the ice skating rink. What was JKCS Communication Services?
That's public relations.
Okay, public relations for the Village of Dolton. And what was the iHeart Media radio broadcast? $29.50.
That was for promotion for our events for the year.
Okay, she answered the rent a Christmas tree for the $50,000. Okay, that was it for me. All right, thank you.
Would you like to know K&M Ventures and some of the other work that was being done, or you don't want to know about those?
Hold on, let's see if I have that one on the list.
No?
Yeah, you go ahead. Yes.
Oh yeah, K&M Ventures are the trees that have been cut. They've been pushed back. Residents who've had trees in the parkway that are dead that we've removed. Tree removal.
Okay.
Tree removal for all the residents that, have complaints about trees that need to be removed.
Okay.
Would you like to know about Johnny Jefferson?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Johnny Jefferson did the work on the fire station that one of our trustees came and cut a ribbon for. It was, we opened up a brand new firehouse that cut our lead time for our residents to receive proper medical assistance by, 7 to 10 minutes. Cut everything in half. That was also for the residents. Would you like me to go through the rest of the list, or?
Yep, you might as well.
Okay. 5 Star. I believe they did concrete work for the police department.
Yep.
There were potholes that were so bad at the police department in the back that I believe our police cars were getting messed up. New police cars were actually, we were losing wheels and all types of stuff. So that was for the repair to the police department parking lot. As a matter of fact, that was phase 2, which I believe that the board approved prior to me getting here, phase 1 and phase 2. So
That's that $114,500.
yes, I believe it might be more than that. So phase 1 and phase 2, but I believe it was already approved last year.
Okay. All right. That's it for me.
I apologize. And that was for, what does it say? Oh, water breaks and curbs. Oh, and the curbs were included too.
Which one?
Which one was that, Stacy? Would you mind?
And just for the record, that's why I say if y'all just call, we can ask questions about it. So y'all
Hello?
pull out things that's actually getting done for the people.
Right, but maybe I know we get it late.
While we're waiting on
we get it late
Stacy,
in the weekend,
I would like to mention
If I can
that
be recognized.
Karen Gordon is one of the people that provide maintenance for our police department for years. And she does an amazing job cleaning the police department on a weekly basis. And her bill is $800. So, Stacy, I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, so 5 Star also makes the repairs when water breaks are occurred in front of residents' houses, whether it's a curb or driveway. They are one of our vendors that makes the repairs. So some of that expense was due to water main breaks throughout the community.
All right, anything else? Oh, come on, Ron. They must took yours out too, huh? You don't pay nobody.
Just a little clarification on the invoice from JJ Newell. JJ Newell was the replacement sidewalk project that the board voted on. We bidded that out publicly, and that was paid. That was to be paid for by MFT funding, and the funds was there. So just a little clarification on that.
Thank
you, Ron.
That's why I try to explain to them that majority of the items that's on here, when they try to attack me, are either A, coming from grant funds, or B, coming from an MFT fund. It's not anything coming out of general fund, anything when you pay water bill funds, none of that. So I don't understand why they would take it out, because it's free dollars. But,
May I be recognized, ma'am?
yeah, let me make sure she's done. Are you done, trustee?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
are
Thank
you willing to amend any of those back into this currently?
So,
I will amend adding some in, but I wanted to hear the full discussion.
Okay, go ahead, trustee Nora. Which ones you want to amend back in?
no, I was done. I know he said he wanted to hear the full discussion, and Trustee Belcher is about to say
I'm
something.
gonna get to her in 1
But-
second. Might want to be finished with you. So, are you amending which one so we can?
I'll go ahead and go over this list. But he just told me now. You just come back to me.
Okay, trustee House. Which ones you want to amend?
Well, Mayor, I wanted to hear the full discussion. There may be some other items, so I wanted to hear from Trustee Belcher, then I'll.
Okay.
Prior to
Everybody
the
wants
vote.
their way. Go ahead, trustee.
I just have a quick question. The village administrator just said the Karen Gordon, that was 800. You stated she was what?
There's a lady from the police department. She works in the police department. She cleans up.
Okay, so
Karen and Victoria Diaz, both of them are the maintenance people for the police department.
Okay, so the misconception of information that's being, you keep saying go to my viewpoint. In my viewpoint, it says festival artist for $800. So how would we know that that's the cleaning person if it's put under festival artist? So obviously, if the information is not being inputted correctly, then how would we know what's being paid, who's being paid, how they being paid? Because looking at this right now, in real live time, it says $800, 9/25, 2022, festival artist. So now when we get here, somebody say it's the cleaning lady. How are we supposed to
So, how you supposed to know, trustee, is by
Absolutely.
picking up a phone if you
Right.
feel you have a question about something and it could be cleared up by then.
Would I
So-
clear up something that's already
because
in my view?
because you guys basically did like a shotgun of taking mayor items out. If it said festival, remove it.
But if
If
it's a
it said-
cleaning
hold on,
person,
hold on,
why,
hold on,
why is
trustee.
it under festival?
If it said something that you guys didn't like, ice courts, paying for a roof or window, y'all took it out. That's all y'all attacked. Y'all only attack things that I am doing currently.
But
You didn't
if
attack
it's a
nothing
cleaning
else.
person,
Okay.
why would it be under festival?
What I'm saying, people do make mistakes. So if it do say that, I'm not looking at it. If it do say
It
that,
does
it could
say
have been
that.
cleared up, is my point, if you guys would ask
It
questions.
says invoice $800, house head festival artist Karen Dejanay Gordon.
Okay. And I just said, if it was a mistake, once again, you're a trustee. You could have picked up the
Why
phone
would I
and
pick
called.
it up and it's in
Okay,
here
I'm
that
done
says
with it.
house head
Anything else,
festival?
trustee? Anything else?
Can I address
Okay.
Not
that?
cleaning for
Can
the
I address
police
that,
department.
What was that?
Can I address
Janae?
that? In my viewpoint, Karen Diaz says janitorial services.
Sure.
I just asked him, was it Karen Gordon? He said yes.
But that's why I don't
He
listen
just
to her.
said, the police
exactly
chief
what I
said
just
Karen
said.
Diaz. The police chief.
Freeman
Yes.
just said Karen Gordon.
Okay, well now we got a clarity
No,
of
it's
what
Karen
it is.
Diaz, and it's janitorial services.
And it's
she has
correct.
history in.
How
my
did he say it
viewpoint.
was $800?
So the trustees reading it in
I don't.
the wrong
What
way.
page is Karen Gordon on?
That's why I asked him
What page is
correctly.
Karen
What
Gordon
did you
on?
just say, Karen Gordon? That's what Keith Freeman stated.
What page is Karen Gordon on?
I'm not looking at the warrant list.
That's,
I'm looking
that's
at
on the
my
October
viewpoint.
list, which has already been voted.
Okay. Okay, well, can we move forward? Can y'all tell me which items we're going to allow back in the warrant list and which ones
Okay.
we're not?
J&J Newell, $198,710 on page 13. K&M Ventures, $42,875, page 14. Production Distribution, $73,287.09 on page 18.
Okay, so now can you read into record the items that you are keeping out? Are you going to add the Christmas tree back?
$50,000 Christmas tree?
Can y'all add the Christmas
Did
tree
an
back?
RFP go out for that?
Can y'all add the Christmas tree back?
So those were the three items I mentioned. Well, so I will read the revised list if that's okay.
Okay, but before you read it, can you add the roof and windows back?
I'm happy to read the revised items into the record.
So you want to add it? Okay.
Okay.
What about trees? Can you pay the tree people that are already cut the trees for the residents?
Do you want me to read this list or not?
Yeah, but I want you to add those in so you don't have to
I know
amend
you
it
do.
again.
We can consider it for the next board meeting there.
But they gotta wait another month. They already waited 30 days, so they gotta wait another 30 days in order to get paid for something they already did.
I think Trustee Belcher's point was there are vendors that have been waiting, and that's something that if we are sincerely interested in having a conversation, I would welcome it, and then we can do better at the next meeting.
Right, but what I'm asking, trustee, is that those residents have been waiting over a decade to get those services, which we provided. So I'm asking for you to pay those vendors because they are still cutting down trees. They're still doing roof and window, but they need their money so they can continue because the winter is about to hit. If the winter hits, then certain people will not be able to get a roof tore off, windows replaced. So that's why I'm asking so they can keep going and don't have to stop.
Mayor, I understand your request. If there's a genuine interest, I will be happy to have a discussion as soon as tomorrow on what we need to do to make that happen faster.
Yeah, go ahead, read your stuff into the record.
So revised list removal, affordable party planners, $2,600, page 1, apostolic independent contractors, $5,133.34. Country Lane gazebos, $90,000, page 7, 5 Star, $319,600. JKCS $20,000, page 13. Johnny Jefferson $13,000, page 13. MBD Solutions $19,500, page 15. Oak Construction $4,000, page 17. Raoul and Sons $41,500, page 19. Rent a Christmas $50,000, $285.19 on page 19. My revised request is to approve the bills with the removal of those items stated, and I will update the list and send it in an email momentarily.
Okay, and what about affordable party plan? You don't want to amend hers? Should do all the things for the residents as relates to.
I am happy to have that discussion with you, Mayor.
Okay, is there a second?
They already second.
All right, please call the roll.
So let me read this into record, even though I've already recorded this. This is the approval of the AP warrant list. Trustee House has removed several items with the exceptions of 3 items, and they will be recorded in the minutes based on what he said. So I'm going to move forward with the vote. Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
No.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed to approve AP warrant list with the specific items that Trustee House read into record that should not be approved.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, and that's crazy. We've been here. What time is it? Oh my God, 8:37. We got 3 items on the agenda. Next is old business.